So I went to BA with a friend because I wanted to test the block break damage increase with AP. Instead, I ended up noticing a bug with Corsair that made me do these tests. It appears to be that the tooltip on some skills is not correct. Also, there is a certain case where Wilsong is not applying the block break damage. Let's first test the skills one by one. Starting with Spiral Soak, we're expecting a 30% damage on the block on all hits. It works fine like you can see. Next is Wilsong, a 20% damage. It also works fine. Now we're gonna test Chest Dream. It's supposed to do damage on all hits to the block, but as you can see, if you only do the iframe part, it doesn't affect the block. If you do the normal attack, it affects the block. And if you do the normal attack after the flow skill, it also damages the block. Therefore, the tooltip is wrong and should say that only last hits affect the block. Let's look at Wipeout. Wipeout also says that all hits should affect the block. The skill has two parts. As you can see, the last part does hit the block for 10% damage, as it should. Here I try to position myself to do only the first part, and it also hits the block for 10 damage. If we move on to Sistral, it also says that the block break is hit on all hits. However, as you can see, by passing someone, you should hit the block for 20%, but it doesn't. Likewise, if you hit the second part of the attack and instantly cancel, it also doesn't do the 20% block damage. The Sistral is only applying the block damage when you hit the last part of it, which is wrong on the tooltip. Now we're gonna look at sequential casts, because I found something weird. If you cast Whale Song after the vacuum, as you can see, it does the expected amount, 20 plus 20 damage, 60 blocked left. However, if you cast Whale Song after Sistral, it only does 20% block damage. The Whale Song block break is not applied for some reason. The same thing happens with Whale Song after Spiral Soak. As you can see, only 20% block break damage is done instead of 50. If you cast Whale Song after the Rabam instead, the damage goes back to normal and both block breaks are applied. Here are some examples showing it. So the conclusion is that there's a weird bug where Whale Song does not apply the block break after Spiral Soak and after Sistral, and this needs to be fixed.